So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So, I've compiled every single piece of info we have about the new mode, Pirate King Adventures. This took some time, but I'm pretty happy with it. It also helped me understand better how everything is connected. I want to note that we still understand far from everything about this mode, but in this video I will focus about what we actually know with actual visual proof for everything. So yeah, let's start from the top and go up. And we'll get to everything eventually. But yeah, Pirate King Adventures. So yeah, it says pair up with the Straw Hat Pirates, but at least for now in the beginning, it's just going to be the OG5. It might be possible that it changes from season to season, we don't really know. We have a picture of the main menu for the first season, which will be like a Roger Crew type of unit, which will get free to play by playing through the Shop Man mission, presumably. We do see that there are Shop Man missions, there are stuff you can do to get gems as well. And we see that it says that there's 81 days left of the season, so we don't know if that's placeholder or if we're actually looking at 81 day seasons. We don't know, but it says that there. There's also a stamina bar, but we'll talk about that later. And yeah, I managed to compile how the level 2 hex looks like. This is what they call a hex. It's basically where you move around. Basically, when you enter the hex, you get to choose an adjacent slots to the right to move to. And if we move up in this case, we can go to Luffy or the chest. And if we go down to take the chest, then we can only access the 2 chests after and not Luffy. And by taking this route, we can also get to the Oden. So you have to plan a bit how you move in this mode. Like, do you go to pick up stuff, face enemies? Do you want to collect stuff, trigger events to get bonus stuff? And no matter where you go, in the end, you get to the boss. So that's basically the flow of it, but we don't really know how battles work or anything like that. So yeah, the first thing we'll talk about here is body level and favorites. So it says here, we can collect statues of each Straw Hat. There is a bronze, silver, and gold version. Gold adds the most to the body level, silver adds less, and bronze doesn't add that much. Each Straw Hat has a corresponding color. Luffy is strength, Zoro is dex, Sanji is quick, Usopp is high, and Nami is int. So the whole point of the body system is partially to get these type bonuses. So if you level up Zoro, like in this case 75%, your dex units will be 75% more powerful than they should be, both in PvE and PvP, which both are available in this mode. But another thing is that by increasing the body level, you can unlock better events to make use of bonus effects, which we'll get into later. As the text says here, we collect statues of the Straw Pirates to raise their body level. And by doing this, we get stronger stats, and we can get new events. And it's also summarized there in the Treasure Hex picture. And it also shows you that it's not just statues we can get, there's also stuff like cola, which we'll see in a later picture. But yeah, here we have an event picture, and when you get to an event, you don't only have to trigger the event, but you can also pick up like a statue or the favored items. Basically, when you get to an event slot, like we have Sanji and Nami next to this picture that you can walk to, you can either trigger the event, you can get a statue to increase the stats of that color as well as the body level, or you can get a favorite item so that next time you get to that event slot, you can actually trigger an event. You might not just want to trigger an event this time, for example. And yeah, here's how it looks when you get a chest. So far, the only items we've seen are statues and cola, but as it says here on the text, better looking chest and getting a high defeat level will rise the likelihood of better statues or treasures. So basically every footage we have is basically level 2. So it kind of makes sense you can't get good stuff. We don't really know what you get at level 30, level 50, and we don't know how high it gets. It might not have a cap. Might just get better and better stuff, which is going to be exciting to find out later. Here's another picture how the bonuses works. You see the different colors. You see the body levels. One thing to note here is that Sora in this picture is body level 21, which is higher than any of the unlockable event stuff. Like, by the looks of it, like in this Nami picture, for example, the last body event is unlocked at level 20, but you can keep increasing body level, and we don't really know what that does. Maybe it's tied to the extra stats. We don't know. But yeah, I'm choosing Nami here because her event helps you with the chests, which give you statues. Even if I think that long-term chests, like statues, are going to be like an early game thing in this mode, like eventually you'll max stuff out, chests will get less important, and you want actual good items from there, like maybe even Super Cola. We don't really know what items will be available yet, but hopefully some good stuff. And by increasing Nami's body level and triggering her event, we can potentially get everything from a Treasure Hex. So basically this picture, we'll be able to pick the Cola, the Nami statue, and the Usopp statues. That's pretty exciting for when you get higher up. Next topic of discussion is going to be favorites and events. So basically, like there are treasure hexes, there are favorite hexes, and when you get to them, you get to pick stuff like that the different straw hats like, which you collect, and when you collect it enough, you can go to an event hex, trigger an event, and get a good bonus effect like the Nami one we just saw. Each straw hat has a different one. We'll go through all of them in this video. So, as the text said, deliver favorites to the respective straw hat pirates, and various events will happen. And the effect will not be carried over, so when you use an effect on a map, I guess it's a map, they call it a hex, I say a map. But basically it will just be for that particular hex. If you die or win, it will be lost on the next one. Which might be that sometimes you might not want to trigger a hex if it's like close to the end and there's nothing valuable coming from it. So yeah, basically favorites, you get the stuff for Straw Hat Pirates, and on event hex you give it to them, get good stuff. That's the idea. And we can see here how it looks. Here we go on favorite hex. We pick up Usopp's favorite item, this fish thing. Give it to Usopp. We can see how many we have. And in this picture, to get Usopp's special effect, we need to give it 3 to him. This is the lowest level effect. For Usopp, we actually need 9, I saw, to get the highest level. So it's a bit different between the different units. And this also shows you that Cola is also available on the favorites hex. So looks like there might be some overlap between the treasure hex and favorites hex. We will have to wait and see and experience for ourselves. And yeah, there are the better looking lunch boxes as well. We can see that in a picture soon. And basically also it also says that defeat level higher, you get better stuff. So just like with Treasure Hex. And Luffy is the one you want to use if you want better favorite hexes. It's basically Nami but favorite hex. So if you get Luffy's best event, you get to pick all 3 items here, for example. Which doesn't look too exciting in this case, but we don't know higher levels yet. And these items might end up being really important for this mode. So here we have a picture of some better looking stuff, like we have a rainbow chest, for example. Good to see that it's back. We've not seen it in actual gameplay, just in a picture from Bandai. And we've also seen the favorite hex there, which I guess is a rainbow favorite hex, is like glowing and such in the bottom right. So you know it's a thing. Moving on, let's talk a bit about defeat level. This is basically how we progress in the mode. You can think of it like nav levels. We don't know fully how it works, but the main idea is you defeat powerful bosses and raise the defeat level, and you get great rewards by doing this. And we have some examples here like bounty, meat, super cola and stuff. Pretty good. And it does say here that the bosses will scale. We don't know if it's just HP or if they get additional mechanics eventually. Like we don't know how it works basically. But we see that it goes up. And we also see there are level 32 Roger in the picture, so we know that we can at least get to level 32. So moving on, here's some more info. So yeah, as you defeat the boss of the map, the defeat level will rise depending on the boss level you defeated. It says defeated, but I guess they mean defeated. So basically, if you beat the level 32 Roger, you should get defeat level 32. It also says that you can choose the boss's level when landing on the boss hex. So choose the level that you can handle. So we can probably choose a higher level. We can get back to that later, but I'd say there are some strong evidence suggesting that. The purple hex at the end of the map is a box hex. You can reach the defeat level based on the level of the boss you defeated. Higher the defeat level, you will get better defeat rewards. And this is Sorrow here, that if you get the event with Sorrow, you can get even higher boss level. And the way I look at this is that we should be able to skip defeat levels. Maybe let's say we are defeat level 10 when we go into the map, and we are able to maybe challenge the boss at level 16, for example, and we defeat 16. We should be able to move past 11, 12, 14, 14, 15, move to 16, collect all the rewards from level 11 to 16. And that's just the way I look at it. I don't know how it will work otherwise. So also need to try it, but I say that all of this points in that direction at least. Usopp and Sanji are also worth mentioning because they are designed to also help you with the bosses. Usopp, for example, can give you a minus 60% HP cut, basically, which is incredibly overpowered, to say the least. Meanwhile, Sanji has potential to give like 60% extra stats and such. Even more if you like combine him with Nami, which is a bit of a meme. But yeah, Usopp Sanji, reduce HP, get more stats, which might be really important once we get very high levels. Worth noting is that we have battle hexes as well, which we can fight to get treasures. Doesn't look to be as good as beating the final boss, but we have to wait and see just how good stuff we can get from that. We have the Odin example here. Odin is a normal boss, while Roger in the end is a final boss, whatever you call it. Moving on, let's talk trusty characters, which I'm not going to lie is very unsure how important they are at this stage. Have a trusty character to efficiently proceed through Shopperman missions. Certain character stats will be boosted, so they will help you defeat the boss. And there are also certain squares you can end up with, like the ace one there, that if you put on them, the boosted units basically get even more boosted. So I'm not really sure how much this will affect. The way I read it is that it's mainly going to be about getting higher stats to more easily clear higher levels. And as a bonus, you get like easier Shopperman clears, but I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be really hard to get all the Shopperman missions, and if the rewards are good enough, people will play anyway. So I'm hopeful that the trusty characters won't be super duper required or anything. And here again, they just reiterate that you want boosted characters because easier to clear Shopperman missions, and extra stats will help with bosses. That seems to be the focus here. So not required, but helpful, which sounds good in my book at least. Will I prefer no trusty characters, but... And yeah, to see the list, you just click the list on the menu. So yeah, moving on to the next topic. We have the Rumble info. We've actually not seen a Rumble square in any of the examples, but The normal one seems to be the purple one. It should be the red one, I feel like. The red should be the normal and purple the hard one. Let's just read so we don't mix it up. Flag hexes are rumble hexes. Defeat them in pyro rumble matches to get treasures. As the defeat level rises, the enemy team will become stronger, but will also drop better rewards. Raise the battle level of the character that matches the advantageous team you have. So basically the buff you get from battle level for different colors will also apply in Rumble. We'll see if it does it for duo units and such that are colorless, but the enemy team will change per Pirate King Adventure season, and hexes with a red flag will have stronger enemy teams. See, it does say that, but that sounds so dumb to me. Like, for PvE, red is normal boss, purple is final boss, but for Rumble, purple is normal, red is final boss. No? That sounds dumb. Let's just wait and try it out. But I'm not really excited that it tacked in PvP to this, but we'll make do. At least with the hex system, we can skip it if we want, which sounds good in my book. We do enough PvP, I'd say. Next, let's look at the stamina system. You see here that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars of stamina, which is confirmed in the text. Every time you do a run, you deplete 1 stamina, and we recover at least 1 stamina every day. We are also able to recover stamina by using meat. 1 big meat will recover 1 stamina, and 2 small will also recover 1 stamina. Other than that, we don't really know. We don't know how much you recover every day, how much meat can you spend every day. We don't know yet. And it would be important to find out. I'd say that what I like is basically you can use 2 meat per day, and you recover 1 stamina per day. I think that's like a sweet spot. Maybe there are ways to recover more stamina. Maybe they make it to recover 2 stamina. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see about that. Finally, let's just look at tickets a bit. As you proceed through the Pirate Kind Adventures map, I presume that's Pirate King Adventures, you will earn adventure tickets through boss defeat rewards and requests from Chopperman. The tickets you obtain from Pirate King Adventure, you can use that at the ticket exchange to trade for all characters and items such as Super Cola. And yeah, looking at prices, like, it looks like my take on this is that we'll get quite a few tickets, and we can't really use them a lot due to the limit. So what will end up happening is that veteran players will end up having to spend them on Cola and Hemes. So if we get a ton of these tickets, that's actually not too bad, because we can get a lot of these resources potentially. We just need to see just how many tickets do we get. But I feel like we will get quite a few, since the noobs will need to use them to power up all these old units. Like we had the free-to-play side straw hats. We have all the ambushes, which is only PKA now. And we have all past point events, aka Turtle Farm events. And we also have past Blitz characters. So that's what we have in the shop right now. It also says that when we get a new season of Pirate King Adventures, we might get new stuff in the exchange. So yeah, that's pretty exciting to see. The first refresh should be around when Film Red drops, so let's see if we get anything special for that. But this is what we have for the first season. But yeah, that's all the info I managed to collect so far. As you see, a pretty hefty list. And I'm very excited for this mode, but we still don't know. The main thing I'm interested in is just how does the PvE works? Are the rewards worth it to farm the mode? And we won't really find that out until the modes drops on the JP anniversary date. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.